What's up, you guys? It's your boy Felipe, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 types of real estate that I would not buy as a beginner. Let's get started. Before we get started though, as always, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe to the channel because it really helps the algorithm, especially with my videos popping up first so that you can see what we're talking about. Waiting because the video won't start until you hit the like button. Seriously, you got it. Okay, let's get started. So these are the 5 things that I would not buy. These are the 5 types of real estate that I'm not going to buy if I'm just starting out and I don't know what I'm doing. Number 1, what is it? It's coming in. That's right. Rental restrictions. Real estate for me as an investor is meant to be rented out. So if the property has rental restrictions, clearly it's not going to do the best for me. So I'm not going to buy a property that has rental restrictions in it, right? And this happens a lot. People don't realize that they end up buying a property out of state or through a wholesaler or whatever, and the property cannot be rented because there is certain rent to ratio. Certain communities say we got to have 60%, owner occupied, and only 40% can be rented. And if they've already reached that, then your property cannot be rented in, i.e. you're going to have to try to resell it, get your money back, and it's going to be really hard. So if you're just starting out, don't ever buy a rental property that has rental restrictions. Terrible, 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 terrible idea. All right, moving on. Number 2, a homeowner special or a handyman special, or a property where somebody worked on the property that's not a licensed contractor that didn't pull out permits for everything. So this is definitely going to be a no-no for me. I will never buy a property that the homeowner did his own work. Terrible idea. You're going to find the cheapest material. You're going to find where the property owner, just completely did a dodge job just for himself. And it never works out. You're going to end up spending more money. It might look pretty in the pictures, but it's going to be a terrible, terrible idea. So don't ever buy a property where the homeowner is a special in something or he's an electrician. Just don't do it. Make sure that if you can clearly see that there's an addition done, ask for paperwork. Make sure you deep dive into how the renovations were done and things of that nature. I would never buy a property that has been fixed by the owner, ever. Third one, I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this because I know it's probably a good one, but I would never buy commercial real estate. Now, unfortunately, during 2020, we'd see why. Everything shut down for 9 to 10 months, and clearly the government didn't care whether you had real estate in commercial space or not. It shut down. And people don't have to, so why is real estate so good? Because people have to have a roof over their head. Commercial real estate is a luxury. People don't have to have an office space. We clearly saw this in 2020. People can work from home. Wait, I got something coming in. What? Exactly, you can work from home. Commercial real estate is not a space that I would get into because things like coronavirus, where we clearly see the government can tell us to close down. We think we live in a free country. I would say we do, but there is still restrictions like the government telling you got to shut down, you got to work from home. So commercial real estate, not gonna buy it. I think commercial real estate is a luxury, a risky play, and I'm just not a risky investor. I like my cash flow, and I think commercial real estate is definitely gonna be one of those that is not here for the long run. So as a beginner, I would never invest in commercial real estate. Number 4. Number 4? 4. All right, I would never buy a flip. Now, this is why. If there's a property on the market and you're buying it from a flipper, you literally got the bottom of the barrel, the most expensive price. I'll tell you why. Somebody sold it to a wholesaler. That wholesaler wholesaled it to a flipper. That flipper put it in, and everyone wanted some money out of it. And guess who's paying for it? You are. You are paying for that property. You are paying top dollar for a wholesale that became a flip that then they sent to you. They put the cheapest products in and they're going to sell it for the most amount of returns. Don't ever buy a flip property. If you're going to do that, just buy a wholesale deal and flip it yourself to keep it. I would never buy a flip property. Now, with that one, I would buy a flip property if I saw pulled permits for everything. I'm talking light switches, floors. I'm talking if they pulled a permit for every single thing and it meets every single code in the city, maybe I'll go look at the property. But as a beginner, I would challenge you not to buy a flip property. Like I said, unless they pulled every single guys, I've seen smoke houses where the house was either burned down or smoked out and people just put drywall on top of old drywall. Guys, don't do it. Don't buy flip properties. Number 5, I would never buy a rental property that's got inherited tenants. You are inheriting somebody's problem. If a property has good tenants in it, I guarantee you, promise you, they are not selling that property. A property that comes with inherited tenants is 99.9% going to be a bad deal. I always have contingent upon the tenant being out of the house before we close. Now, the only way that I would buy a property with inherited tenants is if there's a property manager in place and I can see 3 to 4 years worth of rent roll where they have not missed a payment. And I want to see the CapEx. I want to see what the rent roll is, what the CapEx is. I want to see what items they've put in to get fixed. I want to make sure I know that tenant as if I was going to be moving in with them. I do not buy inherited inherited tenants with properties. Absolutely a no-no. Those are my 5 things. So let's recap. Got my handy dandy list here. Don't buy with rental restrictions. Homeowner worked on the property, that's a no-no. Commercial real estate, absolutely not. Don't ever buy flips and don't ever buy properties with inherited tenants. Those are my 5 quick tips on buying real estate as a newbie.